Good evening and welcome to 2020. Tonight we have a story we have been following for 4 years, and it continues to unfold this weekend. Two sets of parents faced with an almost impossible, heartbreaking question. Who has the right to be called mommy and daddy? It's a custody battle like you've never seen, and our cameras are still rolling on this story. It's not quite over yet.
And at the center of the story is the girl you see here. Will she have to leave the family that raised her and leave her closest friend, who she calls her sister? You'll choose sides as you watch, but by the end you'll wonder, how can both sides seem right? Here's Jim Avila.
Her name is Anna Mae, born American to Chinese parents here on temporary work visas. But from infancy to toddler to straight-A student in grade school, this little girl has been raised by a Tennessee family.
What did Daddy say?
Putting her at the center of a bitter, even vicious custody battle.
This little girl is the pride of our life. We love her with all the love that there is in the world.
Jerry and Louise Baker lived in this comfortable American home in the suburbs of Memphis, where since she was 4 weeks old, Anna Mae was raised as one of the family, the big sister and closest friend of the Bakers' youngest child, Amy.
Anna and Amy are 13 months apart in age. They are like a set of twins. They sleep together. Everything they do is done together.
So how did this unusual living arrangement happen? Her birth parents, Jack and Casey He, living across town, celebrating birthday after birthday without their daughter.
Happy birthday to you.
I want to kiss her. I want to say happy birthday. Bye-bye.
Jack and Casey were unmarried at the time of Anna Mae's expensive premature birth. Jack was a graduate student, Casey a babysitter. Monthly income about $400. They needed temporary help, turning Anna Mae over to the Bakers as foster parents until they could provide for their child. But instead, they say, they were tricked into transferring custody to the Bakers, people they once trusted, but now believe stole their baby.
They pretended to be Christian people, to be nice people. They said, we want to take care of each other out of love.
In our eyes, the Bakers are no different from kidnappers.
The Hees believed the custody agreement they signed was temporary to get health insurance for the baby. Within months, they wanted their daughter back so they could send her to China to be cared for by their relatives. A request that sent shockwaves through the Baker household, who thought the agreement gave them Anna Mae until she was 18.
What we're talking about here is a little girl, and all she knows is this family. And they're going to strap her on an airplane, and they're going to send her to a country that she's not even going to understand what's said.
What started as one family helping another turned into open warfare. When Anna Mae reached 2 years old, the Hees say they were barred from the Baker's home.
So the two police officers came and removed us out of the house. And the police told us that if they don't welcome you, don't invite you, you cannot come back.
The Hees had wanted to take Anna Mae for a family portrait on her second birthday, a Chinese tradition.
They thought we might take Anna Mae and disappear or go to the country, go to China. That's what they were afraid of. So they said Anna was sick.
The Bakers hired an attorney and went to court after court to argue that Anna Mae should stay with them forever and never see her biological parents again.
You consider it in this child's best interests to have no further contact with her mother or father for the rest of her life?
Yes.
I told him that I would do everything that I could physically and financially do to prevent him from shipping this little girl to China.
This wasn't just a matter of a family who wanted to adopt your child. They wanted to adopt your child and keep you away from her.
And terminate a parental rights so that in the future, we will never, ever see the child again. That's what they want.
Jack He says the Baker's attorney tried to get him deported, by calling immigration authorities and then contacting every Chinese restaurant in Memphis to frighten prospective employers.
They are trying to take away our jobs so that we have no way to survive, so that we might be forced to give up.
In court, the Bakers charged the He's were unfit parents because they stopped visiting Anna Mae, legally abandoning her.
I was afraid that if I went back to the Baker's house without their invitation, they may even shoot me to death.
Desperate, Casey often hung around the Bakers' neighborhood, hoping to catch just a glimpse of her daughter. Sometimes she even picketed.
She was holding a sign in front of the Baker's house, saying, "Mr. Baker, give me back my child." And sometimes the Bakers might take Anna out for a walk. So she was trying to see.
I'm sure it was a bit embarrassing or humiliating to you to have to do that.
Because I love my daughter.
It would be more than 2 years before Jack and Casey could see their daughter again. 2020 obtained this videotape of that emotional reunion.
Do you remember Jack, Casey? Do you remember?
For the first time, Anna Mae meets her baby sister.
You say, Sister Avida.
It's all supervised by a court-appointed psychiatrist.
You're going to sit with your mommy?
Anna Mae at first clings to the Bakers, hardly acknowledging the birth parents.
Anna, do you remember the pier? You know the pier?
This is a picture.
You bring the pier, you see? Can you speak Chinese?
But by the end of the 45-minute session, Anna Mae warms up, allows the Bakers to actually leave the room, and takes food from the He's, even hugs them, and kisses her baby sister. It is an emotional goodbye, with the He's left hoping they will see Anna Mae again in a week.
Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
A judge saw that tape in a completely different light. He ruled that the He's were unfit parents and that removing Anna Mae from the Bakers would cause substantial harm. In a stunning decision, the judge terminated the He's parental rights. It was everything the Bakers had been fighting for. Full custody of Anna Mae, then 5 years old, and no visitation rights for the He's.
Jerry sat down and cried, and I started jumping up and down.
We are devastated. We could not believe it. We were shocked. We thought we were daydreaming.
It was not a dream, it was a nightmare.
We had an American dream when we came here, before we came here.
Nobody kidnapped my daughter.
In our family, American dream was broken by this story.
Alone and outlawyered, Jack and Casey dug in to fight for their daughter in a country not their own.
This is the beginning of the battle. This is just the beginning. We will win because we are right, they are wrong. We are determined to fight 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years until the justice comes to us.
Next, the battle lines are drawn, and the spoils of war are this flesh and blood little girl.
And then she crawled up in my arms, and she said, "Hold me like a baby, Mommy." And I put her in my arms and held